I've just finished reading an interesting book that I thought you might be interested to hear about. It's called Words That Change Minds, the 14 Patterns for Mastering the Language of Influence. And it's written by a lady called Shelle Rose Charvet. Um, and basically, this book delves into the psychology of communication and provides insights into how specific language patterns can be used to influence and persuade others effectively. And it explores various linguistic techniques that can help individuals communicate more persuasively, build rapport, and understand the motivation of others. So I'm sure you would love to learn a few techniques on how you can help influence others and build rapport, and ultimately for your customers and your team, build better relationships. So there's some key concepts and approach that Shelle Rose Charvet covers off. And as I say, it focuses on 14 linguistic patterns that are known to have a strong impact on influencing people's thoughts and behaviors. And it encompasses techniques for building rapport, motivating action, and negotiating. For those of you who are aware of NLP, it uses a neuro-linguistic program framework, and it emphasizes the connection between language, thoughts, and behaviors. It applies these principles to practical scenarios in communication and influence. In the book, she analyzes motivation. So she explores how to identify and understand the motivational drivers of different individuals, allowing readers to tailor their communication to appeal to these motivations. It's interesting, with an action coach, we use some profiling. We use disc profiling and then motivation as well. So you can link the two, because the disc profile helps in communication, and the motivation obviously identifies what somebody's motivation is to behave and communicate in a certain way. Back to the book, rapport building is a key part, and it highlights obviously the importance of building rapport and provides techniques for creating a sense of connection and understanding. The fifth one is around adapting communication. So it emphasizes the need to adapt communication styles and language patterns based on the personality traits and preferences of the person you're interacting with. So it's not a one size fits all. You've got to learn some of these techniques and adjust them accordingly. Pros into this book: it has practical techniques. It provides you with tangible tools that can be applied in real life conversations and interactions. It's very applicable. You can use it in various scenarios, including sales, negotiation, leadership, and interpersonal relationships. As I touched on earlier, it gives you an insight into motivation, and understanding the psychological drivers behind different behaviors can help readers navigate conversations more effectively. It also gives examples and exercises. So it includes practical examples and exercises that reinforce the concepts presented. So that's the pros. On the sort of flip side, if you don't understand and haven't been exposed to neuro-linguistic programming principles and language patterns before, this may seem a little bit complex and challenging to master. But if you haven't come across NLP, I would suggest go back and look at that, because it is a foundation of our communication. It does generalize a little bit within the book. It categorizes people into specific personality types based on language patterns, which might oversimplify individual differences. So as I said earlier, it's then about adjusting accordingly based on who you're talking to. It does provide a comprehensive overview of the 14 linguistic patterns, but it doesn't really go into a real deep dive into influence and persuasion. So really, this book, Words That Change Minds, it offers a comprehensive exploration of how language patterns and communication techniques can influence and persuade others effectively. It provides readers with practical insights and tools to enhance their communication skills, to build rapport, and adapt your approach to different personalities. However, as I say, the application of NLP principles and categorizations based on language patterns might be subject to interpretation and individual variation. So if you know somebody else who's read the book, it'd be good to have a discussion between the two of you and bounce ideas off of each other, and see what this point of view is. But overall, the book can be a valuable resource for individuals seeking to improve the communication and their communication and influencing skills in various personal and professional settings. And it certainly helped me take a few points from it to help me improve my communication with my clients and people I meet on an everyday basis.